Hey folks, this is Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking, and in this video, I'm with my buddy Jason Ziegler, owner of Sussex Bike Shop, and we are going to spend some time discussing how to pick the right mountain bike for you. Hey folks, this is Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking, and once again, I am here with my good friend Jason Ziegler, owner of Sussex Bike Shop, and we are going to talk about how to pick the right mountain bike for you. Now, if this guy looks familiar, he also helped me put together a really good video, the top emergency bike hacks you should know about. That's already up online. I'll put a link to it over here someplace in YouTube land. Definitely check out that video. It came out really good. And tonight, again, I've got the help of Jason to help figure out how someone should pick the right mountain bike. And how does someone pick the right mountain bike, Jason?
Well, I think the important part is we're going to get between your ears. We're going to figure out what you want to do and where you're going to ride. We're going to couple those two things together and really come up with a great plan and kind of focus in on the bikes that make sense, because there's a lot of bikes out there.
That makes a lot of sense, right? Because one bike might fit multiple purposes. There's different wheel sizes. There's so many things that can make it tough for people.
Absolutely. Tire tread and wheel size, all of it. It's, you know, if there's anything to be said before we get started, the most important thing that you're going to want to remember, fit counts. If the bike doesn't fit you, it's not worth anything. All right?
That makes a lot of sense. All right, folks, so stay tuned. We got a lot of bikes to go through. We're going to show you all kinds of cool things, so stay tuned. We're going to jump into it right now.
All right, Gene. So, you know, one of the things we talk about is, you know, what kind of rider are you going to be? And more importantly is, what kind of a buyer are you? Are you a big toe in the water kind of person? Some people really want to test the water, see if they're going to like this, how far are they going to go with it. Others, man, they jump off the platform diving board. You know, they're just in. So, you know, and then with that also, there's some other things we need to ask yourself is how do you want to ride? You know, how intense are you going to be? Were you a hockey player? Were you a soccer player? You know, these are things that also kind of give us clues as to how you might get in the woods and decide to go over the rocks versus around them, right?
True.
So, but there is definitely a base point we want to start at. And these two bikes are great ideas to start with. These are hardtails, meaning just front suspension, aluminum frame and stuff. This is the Trek Marlin 5 and the Marlin 7. All right. Now, a couple things that are pretty important as a low limit is to get started in the woods. They both have hydraulic disc brakes. All right, big feature. You can only go as fast as you can stop, right? So you want to go.
Good point.
You want to go stop before you hit the tree. So you'll have some suspension too. You'll notice, you know, basic is if I put my hand around that, how much travel your suspension has. Hey, we're going over more than just pebbles, so we want to make sure we have at least that 100 mil travel. Some other features that are on this is, of course, componentry-wise. We want to make sure that we have some stuff that can handle that stress that you're going to put on it. So. You know, we usually want to be somewhere in that 24 speed range. That's usually when people start caring about how they're producing your product, you know, what you're going to be riding. It's not just a recreational ride. You're going to get out there and ride it. All right?
Makes sense.
And we'll also talk about right now the double-walled rim. So you can't see it from the outside, but inside there's actually 2 layers of metal. It's twice the strength value. This is a big deal if you're going to want to get out into some of this tri-state area rock garden stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, keeps the bike together. So
you actually brought up a good point. Some of the questions I get from my subscribers, they come in and they say, Gene, we all like to ride New Jersey. Obviously, that's where Regular Mountain Biking is based out of. What would be a good bike for this particular area? So if we take a look at a hardtail bike, remember folks, based on your skill level, you may like to ride a hardtail at a downhill park. So we're not trying to, you can use anything anywhere depending on your skill level, but we're trying to make it easy here.
Yeah.
What would you do with a hardtail? Where would you ride a hardtail in New Jersey?
So hardtails in New Jersey, of course, people get started, you know, the big toe effect, they'll get started on railroad bed paths, and then they'll go to places like Kittatinny State Park, El Air, you know, some of the southern places where there's not as much jagged rock out there. Could you make your way through way on one of these? Sure, but you better know some of the trail systems, because there's some pretty crazy stuff out there.
Certainly.
And you could get yourself in a place that, well, you're more walking than you are riding.
A hardtail would be a great way to get started. The cost of entry is a little bit lower.
Yeah, we're talking about bikes here that are at $500 and $700.
Right,
you know,
and for quality bikes,
yeah.
You know, that's the point. I mean, you can go to Walmart and do whatever you want. good bless. But at the end of the day, these are good bikes for a good price point. So that's a great way to get started. Now, if you're a rider that likes to kind of kick it up a little bit more, you've got a bike for them too, right?
Absolutely, and you know, you can kick as far as you want to go. So
We'll go take a look at the rest of the bikes now.